Ever thought that the 3-pound universe between your ears can actually reshape your physical reality? It sounds pretty out there, right? But forget what you think you know about your limitations. Science is showing us more and more that our brain isn't just sitting there. It's a dynamic, ever-changing powerhouse. We all have goals, right? Dreams we're chasing, things we want to achieve. Maybe it's landing that dream job, picking up a new skill, finally getting your finances in order, or completely turning your health around. But sometimes those goals can feel so far off, almost like they're just fantasies. What if I told you the gap between your dreams and your reality isn't as huge as you think? The amazing truth is that your brain can actually change itself. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. And guess what? One of the best ways to guide that change is through focused visualization. Think about it. Your brain often can't tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something you actually do. When you really get into visualizing an action, your brain fires up many of the same pathways as if you were doing it for real. This is way more than just thinking positive. It's about actively getting your brain to work for you. Suddenly, visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's a seriously powerful tool for changing your life. So, why bother with all this? Simple. Your mind is way more powerful than you've probably ever been told, and knowing that is the first step to using that power. We're looking at a science-backed way to turn those mental practice sessions into real, tangible results. So, how does this amazing stuff actually work? Let's get into the science a bit, but don't worry, I'll keep it simple. The star player here is something called neuroplasticity. For ages, people thought the adult brain was pretty much set in stone, but the research over the last few decades, it's totally blown that idea out of the water. Neuroplasticity simply means your brain can actually reorganize itself, forming new connections between brain cells all throughout your life. Picture your brain like a dense forest with lots of trails. The more you use a specific trail, the wider and clearer it gets, right? Well, it's the same with your brain. When you repeatedly think, feel, and act in certain ways, you're making the brain pathways for those things stronger. You might have heard the saying in neuroscience, neurons that fire together, wire together. That sums it up perfectly. Okay, so how does visualization fit into this? When you visualize something vividly, with lots of detail and emotion, you're basically telling your brain, hey, this is important. This is something we're aiming for. Like we said, this mental practice lights up many of the same parts of your brain that get involved when you're actually doing the task. Top athletes have been onto this for years. A skier picturing every single turn of a race. A basketball player imagining that perfect free throw. Studies show this kind of mental workout can boost performance almost as much as actual physical practice. Their brains are literally practicing the moves and strengthening those specific brain circuits. And it's not just for physical skills. When you visualize hitting a goal, you're doing more than just daydreaming. You're actually engaging a part of your brain called the default mode network, or DMN, which is involved in thinking about ourselves, our memories, and our future. But here's the key. Unlike just letting your mind wander, deliberate, focused visualization is goal-oriented. Research even shows that certain kinds of daydreaming, the positive, constructive kind that's playful and aimed at a goal, can boost connections in the brain that help with problem solving. When you lock your thoughts onto a specific outcome, you're essentially tuning your brain to notice opportunities and information related to that goal. This is called selective attention. All of a sudden, resources, people, and ideas that you never noticed before might start popping up. It's not magic, it's your brain, now focused like a laser, getting better at spotting what it needs to make your visualized goal happen. Your subconscious mind, which is like the operating system for most of our automatic behaviors and beliefs, is especially open to these repeated, emotionally charged visualizations. Over time, you can effectively reprogram old, unhelpful patterns and install new ones that line up with where you want to go. All right, now that we've got a handle on the cool science behind this, let's get practical. How do you actually use this power? I want to show you a structured way to do this, something we'll call the sensory-rich repetition method. It's inspired by ideas like the 100 times technique you might have read about, but we're really focusing on the quality and depth of your visualization. The main idea is simple. Repeat what you're visualizing, but make sure it's a full, multi-sensory experience. Here's your step-by-step guide. Step 1. Get crystal clear on your goal. This is super important. If your goals are fuzzy, your results will be too. I want to be successful. That's not clear enough. You need to define it with real precision. What does success actually look like, sound like, and like for you? For example, instead of be successful, try I will confidently nail my project presentation to the board on July 15th, get amazing feedback, and secure the green light for the next phase. Or, I'll crush a 10-kilometer run in under 60 minutes by September 30th, feeling strong and totally energized. The more specific and measurable you make your goal, the easier it is to visualize, and the better your brain can get to work on it. So, write it down. Make it real. Step 2. Create your vivid sensory scene. Once your goal is locked in, it's time to create a mental movie of you. And I don't mean just a quick flash of an image. This needs to be a full-blown sensory experience. Sight. What do you see around you? Notice the colors, the light, who's there, what you look like. If it's that new job, picture your office, your team, the view from your window. Sound. What do you hear? Is it applause? People congratulating you? The satisfying sound of a contract being signed? Maybe the ocean waves if your goal is that beach house? Feeling. Touch and emotion. This one's huge. What are the physical sensations? The firm grip of a handshake, the feel of that new suit, the warmth of the sun on your skin, and even more importantly, what are the really feel the joy, the pride, the relief, the excitement, the gratitude. Feel it like it's happening. This emotional punch is what makes your visualization stick in your brain. Smell and taste, if they fit. Sometimes these can add powerful layers. The new car smell, the taste of that celebratory dinner. Create a short, specific scene that shows your goal. Don't focus on the struggle. Visualize the win. Step 3. The repetition protocol. Make it stick and stronger. This is where the repetition part really kicks in. The goal here is to deeply stamp this new reality into your subconscious mind. You don't have to hit a magic number like 100 visualizations every single day, especially if each one is high quality, but doing it regularly is absolutely key. Find your groove. Set aside specific times for this. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes when you first wake up. Your mind is really open then, and another 10 to 15 minutes before you go to sleep, letting your subconscious chew on it overnight. Focused sessions. During these times, replay your vivid sensory scene over and over. Each time you do, try to make it feel more real, more alive, more emotionally charged. Don't just watch it like a movie. Feel yourself it. Quality over quantity, at first. If doing it many times feels like too much, just start with 5 to 10 really good ones per session. Focus on making them deep and emotional. You can gradually do more as you get comfortable. Some research talks about a 100 times technique. If you go for something like that, you could break it down maybe 20 times, 5 times a day, or just fewer, more intense sessions. The point of the number is just to make sure it's deeply ingrained. Step 4. Action bridge. Link your mind to your moves. Visualization isn't a replacement for taking action. It's a powerful for it. After you've done your visualization, ask yourself this: what's one small thing I can do to move closer to this? Your visualizations will get your brain spotting opportunities and give you those little intuitive nudges. Your job is to act on them. This is how you connect your inner work with making things happen in the real world. Keep a journal to jot down any insights, opportunities you notice, and the actions you take. This creates a great feedback loop that keeps you going. So, what can you realistically expect if you stick with this sensory-rich repetition method? Well, the biggest thing, of course, is that you'll be much more likely to hit those big goals you've set for yourself. By repeatedly wiring that successful outcome into your brain, you're essentially programming yourself for success. You'll start to notice your whole mindset shifting. You'll likely feel more focused, more driven, and better able to handle setbacks because your brain already has the blueprint for success. But the cool part is, the benefits often go way beyond just that one specific goal you're visualizing. Doing this kind of focused visualization regularly can seriously boost your creativity. As you get more in tune with your inner world and what you truly want, you might find solutions to problems just popping into your head. Your problem-solving skills can get sharper because your mind becomes more flexible and open to new ideas. Lots of people also say their intuition gets stronger, those gut feelings or knowings that seem to guide you to make the right calls. That happens because you're building a stronger connection with your subconscious mind, which is a gold mine of wisdom. And on top of all that, this practice can lead to a much greater sense of overall well-being. When you regularly soak yourself in positive emotions and successful outcomes, you can actually shift your default emotional state to be more optimistic and grateful. You'll build a stronger belief in what you can do, a feeling that you're more in control of your life. This isn't about pretending challenges don't exist, but about building up the inner strength to meet them head-on. You're not just chasing a future goal. You're making your present life better by creating a more positive and empowered state of mind right now. Now, even though this visualization method is really powerful, it's totally normal to hit a few snags or have questions pop up. So, let's tackle a few common ones to help you get the best results. First off, what if you find it hard to visualize? Some of us are naturally more visual than others. If creating clear mental pictures feels like a struggle at first, don't sweat it. Instead, try focusing more on the connected to your goal. How would you if you achieved it? Really dial up that emotion. You can also use some helpers, make a vision board, find pictures that represent your goal, or even write out a detailed description of what you want and read it before you start visualizing. Let the words paint the picture for you. Like anything, practice makes perfect. You'll get better at visualizing vividly the more you do it. Another big question is, how often should I do this, and for how long? The key here is consistency, much more than doing super long sessions. Try to do it daily, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. Think of it as a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. It's that important. As for how long it takes to see results, that really varies. It depends on your goal, how much you believe in it, and how consistently you practice. Changing your mental patterns takes time, so be patient and stick with it. It's like planting a seed. You water it regularly, but you don't keep digging it up to see if it's growing. Trust the process. What about doubts and negative thoughts? Oh, they'll probably show up? That's completely normal, especially when you're pushing past your current comfort zone. Don't try to fight these thoughts, but don't let them run the show either. Just acknowledge them, and then gently bring your focus back to your vivid, positive scene. One little trick is to think of those doubts as old software that you're now actively upgrading. It's also really important to find a balance between focusing on the future and living in the present. While visualization is about your future goals, make sure you're also practicing gratitude for what you have right now. If you're always stuck in a feeling of, I don't have it yet, it can actually work against you. Appreciate the journey and any progress you make, no matter how small. And finally, always pair your visualization with inspired action. Visualization gets your mind ready and makes you notice opportunities, but you still need to actually walk through those open doors. Use that journal to keep track of not just your visualizations, but also any intuitive ideas you get and the concrete steps you take. And don't forget to celebrate your small wins along the way. It keeps your motivation up and strengthens your belief. So, we've covered some pretty fascinating science about your brain's incredible ability to change. That's neuroplasticity for you. And we've walked through a solid method, the sensory-rich repetition method, to help you use that power to reach your goals. Remember, being able to influence your reality through your focused thoughts and visualizations isn't some special gift for a chosen few. It's a power you already have inside you, just waiting to be switched on. You've got the tools now. You get the science. The real magic happens with consistent, dedicated practice, filled with genuine emotion and belief. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about actively working your mind to help create the future you want. It's about understanding that what you build in your inner world of thoughts and imagination is a powerful first step to what you experience in your outer world. So, I really encourage you, start today. Pick that one goal that truly means something to you. Commit to trying the sensory-rich repetition method and enjoy the process of discovering just how incredibly powerful your mind really is. You absolutely have what it takes to achieve even your biggest, boldest goals. What's one goal you're going to start visualizing today? I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments below. And hey, if this was helpful for you, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you catch more content to help you tap into your amazing potential. Thanks for watching, and here's to your success.